Hey everybody, happy Sunday. We are back on live for another Aspiring CRA problem. And today is day 13. We've made it through 12 problems so far, 12 problems that aspiring CRAs or clinical research professionals that are trying to land their first CRA job are experiencing. And somebody had asked me this question, what do you mean when you say clinical research professional? So I wanted to I just assumed everybody knew. So I want to take the time to define it. When I say CRPs or clinical research professionals, I'm referring to anybody that is currently in the industry, that was previously in the industry, anybody that has any type of clinical research experience. So the go-tos is my first three primary gateway roles, which would be the clinical research coordinator or study coordinator role, clinical trial assistant, clinical trial associate. That we also, some people are naming them clinical research assistants now, or associate clinical research associate, assistant clinical research associate. I've seen those titles too. And also in-house CRAs, study coordinators, data entry coordinators, regulatory specialists, drug safety specialists, essentially any profession, any type of experience, even if it's volunteer or intern, if you have any type of experience in the clinical research space, then you are in the clinical research professional category. So I'm talking to you. So we are on problem number 13 today, and we're continuing. In case you missed the last few, we started talking about LinkedIn and how it's your best marketing asset and some of the challenges with LinkedIn. And there's so many things with LinkedIn that I'm breaking them down a little bit at a time. So today with problem number 13, we're going to talk about the headline. If you missed the last few days, catch up so you can see too far. If you missed the last few days, or no, not far enough. If you missed the last few days, go back and look so you can see some of the other LinkedIn challenges with in general, and then with your profile picture and your banner. So now we're going to talk about the headline. And for those of you who don't know where the headline is or what the headline is, it's the space that's like right below your name, essentially. And the problem that I see, that I even saw with myself, is that we're using the default headline. And the default headline is essentially just what LinkedIn will automatically put as your headline, the little section, the little title below your name. They will put your current job title and company if you do not customize it. So that's a big issue. And the solution is to customize the headline. And I know some of you are probably already like, well, why is it a big issue, Jasmyn? Like, who cares? That is my current job title. That is my current company. That's, the best thing I could do, right? Especially if you're a study coordinator at a great institution or a CTA or one of the top CROs or the top pharma companies. You're probably thinking, well, what else would I put, right? So let's dive into that. So first of all, the why. Why are we even talking about this? Why is this important? Why is this particular part still considered a part of my best marketing asset? Well, number one, your headline is essentially your profile introduction. Yesterday, we talked about how your LinkedIn profile is your landing page. Go back to day 12 if you aren't familiar with what your landing page is, but essentially it's a marketing tool. It's a tool to get recruiters, companies, hiring managers to reach out to you and want you to be a part of their company. And so the headline is like the first little section that people will see. Like if they'll go to search your name and your name pops up, they'll see your picture, they'll see your banner, they'll see your name, they'll see your headline. So it's kind of like the cover of a book, so to speak. And we all know, we say you don't judge a book by its cover, but most of the time we do, right? So the intro is like, the headline is like a warm, it's like an introduction for you to anybody that's visiting your page. And then secondly, you get 120 characters. So that's 120 free space characters to showcase your unique expertise, your unique experience, your unique skills, the things that are going to help set you apart from others, the things that are going to help you stand out, the things that are going to help the recruiter see that, hey, this is somebody that I want to talk to further. This is somebody that would be a great fit for our company for this entry-level CRA job, for this CRA role, for this would make a great CRA. That's essentially what you want to use this space for. And then thirdly, it is a key component of the LinkedIn algorithm. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the algorithm, that's just how, let me see how I can put it in layman's terms. Long story short, it's how people find other people, other things, other jobs, other events, etc. So in the search field on LinkedIn, recruiters, hiring managers, companies, when they're looking for new CRAs, they go in and they search specific keywords. They might search straight away aspiring CRA because they know, hey, this person wants to become a CRA. They might search study coordinator or clinical trial assistant because they right away know that these type of people make great CRAs. They might search oncology because they're looking for someone to bring in to a new CRA role that has some type of oncology experience. And the list goes on and on. So as you want to be able to touch as many keywords as you possibly can in this particular section to draw them in, to come up on their list when they're searching for potential candidates, you want to show up on their list. And not only show up on the list, the goal is to show up the highest on the list. You don't want them to have to click to page 6 or 7 to get to you. So the better you structure your keywords and the better you structure your headline, the more likely you are to be that person. And then, of course, the goal is to get them to click and to learn more. And then the ultimate goal would be for them to reach out to you and say, hey, are you interested in being a CRA? We have this role. I think you'd be a great fit. That's the ultimate goal. And trust me, you can do that. I've done it. My clients have done it. You don't have to apply to entry-level CRA jobs to get a CRA job. You can literally bring the jobs to you. And that is what all this is about. That's why I keep saying it's your best marketing asset, right? So, okay, Jasmyn, I see what you're saying. I get it now. How am I supposed to do that? Well, let's talk about the how. So here's some things to keep in mind when you're creating or crafting your headline. And don't overthink it, because a lot of us, especially people that want to be a CRA, we're kind of the type A overanalyzing, overthinking people, right? So don't overthink it. But these are some things that you can incorporate in your headline, which will be some great keywords that recruiters are typically going to be searching for. So your current goal, which is for everybody that's watching, is an aspiring CRA, right? You want to become an aspiring CRA. Your clinical research professional. So that's another one that you could put in there. The number of years of experience that you have in the clinical research space. You can be even more specific and say the number of years of experience. If you have lots of years of experience as a study coordinator and you've been a study coordinator for, 5, 10, 15 years, you can put that specifically in there. The phase of experience that you have. So do you have phase 1 experience? Do you have phase 2 experience? Do you have phase 3 and 4 experience? If you have all phases, then you can put phase 1 through 4 experience. If you also have preclinical research experience, you can put that in there. Therapeutic areas. I already brought up oncology, but maybe you have cardiology experience. Maybe you have neurology experience. And when I say these things, remember that putting these in there, they will help you get found. But they also, if you don't want to continue to work in that area, be mindful of that too, because when they reach out, they will be expecting you to, have that type of experience and mostly want to work in the area. Not to say that if you're in the oncology space and you're trying to get out, that you still can't have the opportunity, but just be mindful. Your current job title, if you are currently a clinical research coordinator or senior clinical research coordinator, you could put that in there. Any type of relevant system or technical proficiencies. If you have lots of different CTMS experience, lots of different EDC experience, you can put those things in there. If you've worked with some different project management systems, you can put that in there. Also, you can feel free to put your purpose, your mission, some of your hobbies, traits. And when I say purpose, mission, hobbies, and traits, keep it in mind, I mean relevant. right? Now, it's not to say that you can't also list some fun, interesting things about you, but because your goal right now is to land your first CRA job or to get that first CRA job offer or even interview for some of you who haven't even gotten that far. You want to use all those characters. Remember, you only get 120. You want to use all those characters towards that specific goal right now. Now, your headline will change as your goals change. Everything about your profile will change as your goals change. Your banner, everything will change. It's a constant shifting thing as your goals change. So maybe later on you could put more of these types of things. But if it's something that's specifically relevant, then and to give you an example, when I say that, mean like let's say passion for cancer research, and let's say oncology is one of your therapeutic area experiences, then of course that would be relevant, right? Traits. Let's say that you've been a mentor, a CTA mentor. That's another thing that you can put, but we want to try to stick to things that are relevant to your goal at the time, which right now is to land your first CRA job offer. And then any other relevant specialties that you might be able to add. Let's say you've worked on interventional and non-interventional studies, you can put that. Let's say you've worked on global studies, you can put that. Anything extra, let's say that you've worked with the elderly population or pediatric studies, anything extra, you can feel free to go ahead and add that. So I know I said a lot, right? And your brain is probably still spinning. It's like, okay, well, how am I going to put this together? So let me give you an example of what I mean. So, and I tried to write it big so everybody could see it, but at the same time, it might be a little bit confusing. So these little things that you see are lines. So you know how we have the forward, the backslash, and then we have the straight line. That's the straight line, okay? Just to be clear. So here's an example of what you can put. And I'm not sure if this exceeds 120 characters, but I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit of all the areas that I talked about. So you would put aspiring CRA, and then the line, and you want space in between the line and the letter on either side. So the line, and I like using the line better than the comma because it makes it look more clean, and there's no confusion with the search engine when it comes to, like, sometimes if the comma is close to the letter, then it may or may not pick up on it. So it's very clearly separate, and you won't have any search engine algorithm issues. So aspiring CRA, and then the line, and then 5 years of experience, the line clinical research coordinator, the line oncology, line phase 1 through 3, line interventional global studies, line GCP certified, and then the last one ISF/TMF reconciliation. And that would be a really great headline because it touches on a bunch of different keywords that recruiters, hiring managers, other people from the company that are looking for entry-level CRAs, people that are looking to land their first CRA job. This incorporates a lot of those keywords that they're going to be searching for. So keep that in mind when you're going through to craft your headline. But whatever you do, don't use the default. If you don't touch on all these points and you just customize and use a few points, do that versus using the default, because you're missing out on in so much space to take advantage of your best marketing asset. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with me, or for those of you who are, and you haven't booked that sales call yet, I want to remind you that I do have, or people that are just looking to learn more and to work to get more of that one-on-one support and that one-on-one help, I do have a 6-month coaching program where I help clinical research professional women confidently land their first CRA job offer, struggle and frustration free with no monitoring experience or CRA certification. And so the program includes an initial onboarding call where we immediately assess and revamp your resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn profile. And then also 6 months of high-level one-on-one coaching sessions directly with me, just me and you. You also get immediate access to my on-demand curriculum filled with the framework, the templates, and the checklist for you to land your first CRA job offer. And then you also get direct messaging support for me so you can contact me outside of our weekly coaching sessions. You'll get a mock interview with a recruiter. You also get access to my bonus courses on negotiating a high-paying offer and fast tracking your career once you actually land your first CRA job. And then you also get the bonus CRA career plan. And then there's so much more that's also included, but those are the main things. So if you're interested in learning more, if you're interested in speaking to me about the coaching program, you can book a sales call with me at www.aspiringcra.com. And you can also go there to learn more about the program too. So thank you guys again for joining me. Tomorrow is Monday, so I'll be doing Aspiring CRA Q&A, and that's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And prior to that, right before we get into the Q&A, I'll go over problem number 14. So I'll combine them on Mondays. And so any questions that you have about landing your first CRA job, any struggles, any problems that you're currently experiencing, please send me those questions. You can add them in the comments in this video. You can DM me them directly. You can add them in a comment on any of the videos. You can add them as a comment to the event invitation. And you can find that on my profile as well. So thank you guys again for joining me. I hope you had a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.